I don't even know where to begin. My hands are still trembling, and it feels like my heart is caught somewhere between my chest and my throat. There's this unbearable weight pressing down on me, and I can't keep it all inside anymore. So here I am, spilling my truth to strangers on the internet, because I feel like I'm losing my grip on reality. Last night was supposed to be a celebration, a surprise party for a friend's promotion. That's what I was told. My wife, Emma, had left early to help set up and told me to come a little later to make a grand entrance. It sounded weird, sure, but Emma had always been a fan of dramatics and moments that felt cinematic. I didn't question her. Maybe I should have. When I arrived, the house was alive with music and laughter. People milled around with drinks in hand. Conversations flowed freely, and all looked perfectly normal, like the kind of party Emma would plan. But something didn't feel right. There was this odd stillness beneath all the noise, a strange tension that clung to the air. And Emma, she wasn't there, not at the bar, not in the kitchen, not laughing too loudly like she always did when she was tipsy and in her element. Then someone I barely knew, a friend of hers, I think, walked up to me with this look in her eyes. Pity, maybe. Sympathy, definitely. She leaned in close and whispered, "You might want to check the guest room upstairs." It was like the temperature around me dropped. Confused and already uneasy, I weaved my way through the crowd and climbed the staircase, every step heavier than the last. My heartbeat was so loud I could barely hear the music anymore. I reached the door with a sick feeling curling in my gut. I turned the handle. There she was, Emma, my wife, in another man's arms. Their bodies pulled apart the moment the door creaked open like they'd been burned. Her face drained of color, his eyes wide with panic. Time slowed to a crawl. I just stood there, frozen. No words, no sounds, no outburst. I felt like someone had cracked my chest open and scooped the air from my lungs. I didn't yell, didn't demand answers. I simply turned, walked out the door, down the stairs, and into the cold. The night wrapped around me like a coffin. I didn't look back. Emma came home later. I didn't say a word to her. I couldn't even bring myself to look at her. She tried to talk, but I shut her down with silence colder than any scream. I had nothing left in me for apologies or justifications. The next morning, she asked if we could talk. I didn't want to, but something in me, maybe that last little piece of what we used to be, agreed. She sat down across from me at the kitchen table. Her fingers twisted around a glass of water, like it was an anchor. "I want to talk," she said softly. I took a long sip of my coffee, feeling the bitterness settle in my gut. "Talk, then," I replied, my voice a stranger to me, sharp, detached. "I know I hurt you, Jake," she started, her voice quivering. "I know I can't take any of it back, but I want to try." "Try what?" I cut her off, my tone laced with disbelief. "To fix this? To act like none of it ever happened?" She winced, but she didn't retreat. "No," she whispered. "I know we can't pretend, but I want to find a way forward. Together." A bitter laugh escaped me. "Together? There's no together anymore, Emma. Not after this." Her eyes filled with tears, but I didn't care. Not anymore. I was done being the one who hurt in silence. Done feeling like I had to protect her from the consequences of her betrayal. "I made a mistake," she said, her voice nearly breaking. "A terrible mistake. But I never stopped loving you, Jake." Her words landed hard, but I wasn't sure if they even meant anything now. I wanted to believe her. I really did. But how do you believe someone who looked you in the eye and still lied? How do you rebuild a home when the foundation is already crumbling? Love. I repeated, almost choking on the word. "You call this love? Lying to me? Sneaking around? Cheating while smiling in my face? If that's what love is to you, Emma, then I want no part of it." She broke down, sobbing into her hands like she had lost something irreplaceable. And maybe she had. For a moment, I felt the ghost of pity stir inside me. But it faded just as quickly. It wasn't enough. Not anymore. Days passed. I didn't sleep much. I couldn't eat without tasting ash in my mouth. I was haunted by what I saw, by what I didn't say, by the weight of what we had been and what we had become. I kept turning it over in my head. The life we built, the trust she shattered, the promises turned into lies. Eventually, I realized something. I couldn't carry it all anymore. One morning, I asked Emma to sit down at the same kitchen table where we once talked about kids and dreams and the future. The same table where birthdays were celebrated and coffee was shared in quiet Sunday mornings. I can't do this, I told her, my voice steady but final. I can't pretend we're okay. I can't move past this. And I can't trust you. She nodded slowly, tears already sliding down her cheeks. I understand, she said. I'm sorry, Jake, for everything. I am too, I said. And that was it. The end. The divorce was quick, cleaner than I expected. No yelling, no court drama, no battle over furniture or memories. Emma packed her things and moved out. I stayed in the house, though it didn't feel like home anymore, just a hollow frame of what once was. The weeks that followed were strange. Some days I managed to breathe easier. Some days I even laughed. But the nights were cruel, quiet and long, filled with the echo of memories that refused to die. I don't know if I'll ever fully get over what happened. Maybe you never truly do, but I'm trying. I get out of bed. I go for walks. I talk to old friends again. And I breathe, even when it hurts. As for Emma, I don't know where she is. Don't know what she's doing. And honestly, I don't care. She made her choice. I made mine. Life goes on. And so will I.